Alright, let's dive into something that's got the music world buzzing. The Avalanches are back with a new album, No Bad Memories, dropping on October 16th. But here's the thing, this isn't just another album announcement. It's a moment that feels loaded with meaning, especially when you consider the band's history. Personally, I think what makes this really interesting is the timing and the concept behind it. The Avalanches aren't your typical band, they're more like sonic archaeologists, piecing together fragments of culture into something entirely new. And this time, they're diving into jingles, commercials, and the age of marketing. What does that even mean? Well, if you take a step back and think about it, it's a bold statement about how we consume media and how it shapes our memories. Are they critiquing it? Celebrating it? Or just playing with it? That's the beauty of the Avalanches, they leave it open to interpretation. Now, let's talk about the single they dropped, Can't Get Over Losing You, featuring Portraits of Tracy. The song itself is a vibe, but what really caught my attention is the animated music video by Jonathan Zawada. It's wild, it's surreal, and it feels like it's tapping into something deeper. What many people don't realize is that the Avalanches have always been masters of visual storytelling, even though they're primarily known for their music. This video feels like an extension of that, a way to immerse you in their world. And the collaboration with Portraits of Tracy? In my opinion, it's a perfect match. Tracy's voice adds this raw, emotional layer that contrasts with the band's signature sample-heavy style. It's a detail I find fascinating, how they manage to blend different artistic voices into something cohesive. But here's where it gets even more intriguing. No Bad Memories is a 31-track album. 31 tracks. That's a massive undertaking, especially in an era where attention spans are shorter than ever. From my perspective, this feels like a deliberate choice, a challenge to the way we consume music. Are they pushing back against the idea of the album as a dying format? Or are they just giving us a sprawling, immersive experience? What this really suggests is that the Avalanches aren't just making music, they're creating a world. And in a time when everything feels fragmented, that's a bold move. Now, let's talk about their history for a second. The Avalanches are no strangers to long waits between albums. It was 16 years between their debut, Since I Left You, and their 2016 comeback, Wildflower. And then another 6 years until We Will Always Love You. But here's the thing, those gaps never felt like they hurt them. If anything, they added to the mystique. One thing that immediately stands out is how they've managed to stay relevant despite their sporadic releases. It's almost like they exist outside of time, operating on their own schedule. And maybe that's the key to their appeal, they're not chasing trends, they're creating their own. So, what does No Bad Memories mean in the bigger picture? Personally, I think it's a reflection of where we are as a culture. We are drowning in nostalgia, constantly bombarded with reminders of the past. But the Avalanches aren't just rehashing old sounds, they're recontextualizing them. They're taking the jingles and commercials that we've all heard a million times and turning them into something new. This raises a deeper question, can we ever truly escape the past, or are we just constantly remixing it? That's the kind of thought-provoking stuff the Avalanches excel at. As we wait for the full tracklist to drop, I can't help but speculate about what's coming. Will it be as cohesive as Since I Left You? As experimental as Wildflower? Or something entirely different? What makes this really interesting is the element of surprise. The Avalanches have never been predictable, and that's part of their charm. They're not just making music, they're making statements. And in a world where everything feels so calculated, that's refreshing. So, here's my closing thought, No Bad Memories isn't just an album, it's an invitation. An invitation to rethink how we engage with music, with media, and with our own memories. It's a reminder that even in a world saturated with content, there's still room for something truly original. And that's why the Avalanches matter. They're not just artists, they're cultural commentators. So, when October 16th rolls around, I'll be diving into this album with an open mind, ready to see where they take us next. What about you? Are you ready to step into their world?